So I was watching my live stream just now, and it's always important to ask the right questions. And observe the mistakes that I can observe in myself. Ask the right questions. How do I achieve X, Y, and Z? Basiero? Okay, tak. How do I achieve X, Y, and Z? And what hurdles are in the way? Like what mistakes are in the way? And what are the current conditions? Like what have I achieved so far? And what's stopping me from achieving the thing I need to achieve to get to X, Y, Z? Yeah, so one of the things, obviously, it is that I was not relaxed enough. Because my mind was occupied with stuff that, well, because it was occupied with stuff, you know? With regards to the ultimate skill, if the mind is occupied by anything, well, anything is a hurdle. But one of the things that I could see was my eyes was going like, and why was my eyes doing? Why were my eyes doing that? Why were my eyelids doing that? Was that correct or not? Because it's only the conscious mind, well, emotional mind, energy system, all trained through this one, waveform, breath. There's many breaths within the breaths, within the breaths, within the breaths, opening up space within a space, within a space, within a space, and through this basic synapse of, let's say, that which is facilitated by the vagus nerve, but that's just so that I can breathe. Integrated breath. Okay, it's already too many thought constructs trying to analyze everything. So, but I think that's right. I think I'm on the right track. I got to ask the right questions. I got to observe the mistakes, the hurdles that are in the way, and then understand like what are the conditions, what have I achieved so far, what's in the way. What's in the way are the phases that I'm going to have to go through. And then I have to build up the endurance and the right quality of heart and mind to get through it. And then sometimes it's not just a matter of I, but we to some degree. So just for interest's sake, to explain what the experience is like at this point. It's like a kind of like a standing waveform that's you know, that's connected at the top and connected at the bottom, and it's a 3-dimensional, 3.445 dimensional and beyond waveform, but it's grounded, facilitated by my body, and it's a waveform. You know, it starts here and comes up and is sort of initiated via the lungs and the diaphragm and the dantian, sort of initiated like that, and then it's kind of a standing waveform. It's connected at the bottom at the top, and then there's, you know, different circulations that go around in quite complex ways, but there's a basic up and a down channel basically, but if it's not so fixed as, well, kind of. Yeah, and then there's kind of like toroidal rings of energy going up and down and up and down, and as I'm following the waveform up, and then following it down, it sort of opens up a synapse, perhaps facilitated by the vagus nerve, through the from the sympathetic, you know, where all those, and slowly all those electrical impulses in my sympathetic nervous system are relaxed and then allowed to go through the synapse, perhaps facilitated by the vagus nerve, and then through into the parasympathetic, and then that inertia charges up the density field and inflates in my density kind of around me, right? Which, as I go down, it makes my center of gravity, you know, go down, and as come up my center of gravity, it's following it up like that, and it's dynamic and, you know, changing, flowing like water, And as I'm following the density through, it's like using a Tibetan singing bowl, when you just find the right resistance, the right pressure, the right angle, and the right, you know, just the right motion, the right rhythm, and using the stick around the edge of the Tibetan singing bowl with just the right resistance, and then you start to feel it, the resonance start to happen. And so I feel that resonance start to happen, and then the energy starts to, the vibrational and a little bit electrical, whatever it is, energy from the resonance is starting to happen. But the key here is not to try and consciously grip onto or control these sensations. Don't go sensation hunting, because that can overstimulate the nervous system and blow the foci or the chakras or whatever, and, you know, cause insomnia, which has happened to me for the last, you know, few years. So I'm still learning to, as I start to feel that resonance, I'm actually like finding the right the right motion, the right angle and everything, and the right resistance around that Tibetan singing bowl as it starts to resonate. But then I let it go through the synapse, and that energy, I let it go and to inflate around my density field, so it can be stored as a potential energy. And so it's stored as a potential energy, and that's going to help me in my, you know, in my movement, in martial arts as well. It's also coordinating the body, connecting the body, integrating the whole body. So it does, yeah, it does require quite a lot of focus, a combination of, alertness and letting go of what it's just the right balance of alert awakeness and letting go as well. Just the right balance. But I'm alert, so there's kind of a slightly predominant yang energetic energy. The energetic yang is slightly predominant. I feel so. The alertness is slightly predominant, but I'm letting the energy go down. It's not, it shouldn't, the energy, it's not something I should grip onto and try to make sparks between my fingertips, which I was doing, and it was not a good idea because it overstimulated my nervous system and caused problems. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So thanks for watching.